health measures the government is putting in place from the 8th of June. These temporary requirements are set out in the full health protection regulations laid today, and these will apply across England, with devolved administrations laying their own regulations to set out their enforcement approaches. To limit the spread of infection, arrivals must self-isolate for 14 days. This is the incubation period of coronavirus, and this follows expert medical advice and is in line with the NHS Test and Trace Service self-isolation period for anyone who has been in contact with the disease. Working with key industries, the government has deliberately included a limited number of exemptions to the self-isolation rules to allow essential services and supply chains to continue, keeping food on our tables and getting vital medical and PPE to the front line. The responsibility for sector-specific exemptions sits with relevant government departments. Arrivals to the UK will be required to fill in a contact locator form, including details as to where they will isolate and how they can be contacted. This form will be found on gov.uk, and a government-led working group with the industry has developed a process for carriers to inform travellers on the information they need to provide in order to travel to the UK. The form must be completed in advance of travel to provide details of the journey, and Border Force will be at the front line of enforcing this requirement. Passengers will require a receipt, either printed or on their phone electronically, to prove that they have completed the form. And Border Force will undertake spot checks at the border and may refuse entry to non-resident nationals who refuse to comply. They will have the power to impose a £100 fixed penalty notice to those who do not comply. And our fantastic frontline Border Force officers are world-class and consistently working to keep our borders safe and secure. The data collected will be used by Public Health England, who will undertake checks and ensure people understand and are following the rules. And if Public Health England have reason to believe someone is not following the law as they should be, they will inform the police. We trust the British people and our visitors to play their part in acting responsibly and following the rules to control the spread of coronavirus. But, Madam Deputy Speaker, we will not allow a reckless minority to put our domestic recovery at risk, so there will be penalties and enforcement for those who break them. A breach of self-isolation could result in a £1,000 fixed penalty notice in England or potential prosecution. And this programme will work alongside Test and Trace to help us further minimise the public health threat of coronavirus. Madam Deputy Speaker, Secretaries of State from the Cabinet Office, Transport, Business and Health have worked across government, the devolved administrations, with science and industry to develop the policy carefully for this public health action. In line with all government COVID-19 measures, and as I announced on the 22nd of May, the measures will be kept under regular review to ensure they remain proportionate and necessary. I can inform the House that the first review will take place in the week commencing the 28th of June, and they will be assessed on an ongoing basis thereafter, together with all other measures to fight this disease.